Hello friends, this is Kishore Joseph representing This Week India. Welcome to our show This Week India Personality. Today we have a very special person, versatile personality, John Devaraj. John Devaraj is an international artist, sculptor, actor, theatre person, filmmaker, photographer, script writer, mime artist, Tai Chi exponent, and the list goes on, and a peacemaker. John Devaraj was instrumental in building several monuments, sculpture across Karnataka, and traveled all over the globe, working with several international organizations, spreading the message of peace, art, and culture. Organized thousands of workshops for children and youth across country. He also had the privilege of working with a stalwart actor Shankar Nag late in the project Malgudi Days series as an art director. Currently, John Devaraj is working on a very dream project called World Peace Museum. Yes, friends, today we live in a very disturbed situation. There is so much of divisions among communities, religion, hatred, war, and so on. So it is time that we all reflect and raise up to build the culture of peace. So today we have John Devaraj, who will throw more light on peace. Welcome, John. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much for inviting me to the show This Week India. I am very happy to be here. The World Peace Museum, it has been my dream. Why the World Peace Museum? In the last 5,000 years of human history, there have been only 147 years of peace. Rest of the time has been spent on killing each other. Can you imagine this? So the history of man is a history of war. The future of the world is what we do presently. What artists, women, children can do in the present is the future of human beings. We are dominated by the culture of war and violence. In 1945, when the first atom bomb fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we said the third atom bomb will not fall. 6th August on Hiroshima, 9th August on Nagasaki. We said a third atom bomb will not fall, from the famous song Mitabi Rusu Majigen Bakuwo Warerano Machini. We will never let a third atom bomb to fall. But today, I am very deeply saddened that there are 18,000 atom bombs in this world ready to fall. We are dominated by this. Why? We have money for destroying each other, but we do not have money for our education. Do we need pens or guns? We need pens. We need education for our children. The world is starving. People are going hungry. All over the world, we can hear only conflicts. Why conflicts? Because the world is controlled by an armament market. Selling guns, destroying weapons is a necessary condition for the profit of arms ammunition. So how can you ever imagine that this nuclearization of this world can take us to 18,000 atom bombs? We are presently engulfed in this war. You know, battlefield is only in Ukraine and Russia, but it is controlled by the arms market. 22 nations in Africa are in war. It's all being financed by arms dealers. So how do we get rid of it? How do we fight this culture of war and violence that is thrust upon us? What did Buddha talk about it? He says, hatred. Hatred can never be taken away by hatred. Hatred can be taken away by kindness and love. But we are actually helping this happening. There is a division happening everywhere. People are being separated. They're being alienated from each other. An idea of intolerance is grown. So urgently we require a culture of peace. A culture of peace is what we want to grow. Why there is no culture of peace? The World Peace Museum wants to bring together in one history. We do not know the history of this world. Our young people and children do not know what happened in the First World War, Second World War, what happened in Pol Pot, what happened in the Vietnam War, what happened in our own India-Pakistan war, what is happening, nobody knows. So the World Peace Museum brings together the history of war, conflicts and the prophets of peace, what they have said these hundreds of years together into one place. And that is the World Peace Museum. Yes, my earlier intention was to develop a physical museum. That is how I started, which means in one given place it requires about 100 acres to develop it, where I wanted to show how Hitler killed all those people in all those gas chambers in Mauthausen, in the Holocaust Museum, to actually recreate these objects of history, these killings and war and all that into a physical space. I wanted to create the conditions of Nelson Mandela as he struggled against apartheid. I wanted to create the jail of Nelson Mandela, where he lived for 30 years in a prison, 30 years, 6 feet by 6 feet. So I wanted to create a prison where I can put all of you watching this in the jail and experience what Nelson Mandela experienced for 30 years, just 1 minute, and find out the pain and agony of a prisoner, of a struggle against apartheid. Similarly, what happened in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, how these atom bombs killed 350,000 people. People just vaporized, people just changed, their hair went off, they were melting, eyes came down, they popped out. You can see these images. Are we not learning? We want to learn from the history of war and conflict. So I wanted to create this as a physical museum, a physical space. World Peace Museum also, idea is to bring the entire history of the world for 5,000 years into one physical space. But I said it requires a lot of support, and I'm sure one day I want to do it. So I came up with this idea of creating a virtual World Peace Museum. If you log on to worldpeacemuseum.org, I already have created this virtual museum, where a child sitting in a remote village of India, in Assam, Nagaland, Mandya, wherever, you just have to click on worldpeacemuseum.org, you can know the entire history. What a great history it is. What a powerful idea. Many artists, filmmakers, photographers, sculptors, singers have made their powerful statement against war and violence, and that is what I have put into this worldpeacemuseum.org. A third idea that I have is the Peace Dome. One is a physical museum, the second is the virtual museum, and the third is a moving peace museum. You don't have to come to the museum will come to you. And that is what I'm building here in this space. The virtual, the moving peace museum, I need support, where I'm going to raise this peace dome, which you are now seeing on the screen, the peace dome drawing, which is actually an image of the Gembaku dome that stands in Hiroshima. Inside that, I would paint as an artist the entire history of 5,000 years. Outside the dome, I want to invite groups of children, students, young people, workers, corporates, everybody to come and make their own statement through art and painting on the Peace Dome. So this is the moving Peace Dome, and I really need a big support for this kind of a cause. Well, I have always done many projects. For example, I wrote the world's largest love letter, which is 340 feet by 270 feet. I did it. I didn't start because I had the money to do it. I had only a passion to do it. Similarly, I cycled from Bangalore to Lahore with 35 children cycling 3,000 kilometers. Again, it is only with the mission of bringing peace. We did it. Without any money, we cycled, and the people of India, some of the greatest people in the world are Indians and children of India. They have supported this movement. And I believe that is what I'm going to do it. I need to raise, 1 rupee from 10,000 people rather than to have 10,000 rupees from one person. I am looking at the World Peace Museum as a movement for youth and children. Why it is connected with the concept and philosophy of the World Peace Museum. World Peace Museum has to be led by children and youth. I am very sure about it. When we talk about peace today, we are talking about Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi, but we are not talking about children. So if you give this power to children and youth, they will bring in the movement. So my idea is to gather membership for the World Peace Museum from children, from schools, from colleges, where they will support it. There is a lot of money involved. For example, the Peace Dome, I need about 6 lakhs to build the Peace Dome movement. And I'm also creating the images of great legends from Spartacus to Buddha to Mahatma Gandhi, Basavanna, Jesus, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Che Guevara. All of them will actually say, because these are those prophets who came for peace. I need to raise money to create very realistic images of sculptures of these people, and I need a lot of support for making it. I'm going to invite artists, come, let's, friends, brothers, let's make this possible. So for that, I need money. Apart from that, to be able to get in the raw material, we have a lot of volunteers who will come and work with us. But what about the material? How are we going to get it? So, and I also need a transport vehicle to take this peace dome to various schools and colleges. It is a traveling exhibition. So the more support I get, I think we can reach across to more and more people. I'm still trying to figure out what is this magic, but there is a magic, there is a passion. If you give yourself to others, it is it. If you can sublime your personal ego and not do things for yourself. There's one lesson that I learned in my life. It is to be able to share your life. To be able to be depossessed. I do not possess anything, not even a piece of land. If you think that this earth belongs to you, you're mistaken. You must understand very well that you belong to this earth. And that is the passion which drives me. It drives me really very deep into understanding this earth. This earth is giving us so much. So again, I want to quote Buddha. He says, if you think you live forever, if you think that you will live forever, you'll carry all your hatred, your property, your possession along. But if you think you will not live forever, you will not carry your possession, you will not carry your property, you will leave everything here for this earth. So my passion comes from this. I am very dedicated. I have traveled to almost about 40 countries in this world with this message. We're just playing flute. The music has taken me around the world. So I think we all have to share our lives and share what earth is giving us as a resource. It is not, there is enough for every man's need, but there is not enough for every man's greed. Understand? We must live as a need-based life. Very interesting question. I would like to be born, I know that I'm going to be born like a worm or a cockroach or a lizard or a dog. My best friend is my dog, Masi, wonderful. It gives love without asking for anything. And I would like to, I know that is my future. I would like to be born as a tree perhaps and gives a shade to everybody. Or I would like to be born and become part of the sun. That is the greatest star on earth. In fact, I'd like to be like the sun, giving my light to everyone. No matter what anybody can give me back in return, that is the fun of being the sun. We all live only once for a short while. Let's make it peaceful. I have a dream, a very deep dream. And my dream is to be, when I grow big, I want to be a little boy. When you grow big, try to see if you want to be a little girl or a little boy. It's beautiful because our childhood is the best. It stops. We have to return to it. Be spontaneous, be innocent, be naive, be friendly, and always be truthful to our lives, joyful and playful. That is what I want to tell you all. Let's find our childhood again. Hatred can never be taken away by hatred. Hatred can never be taken away by hatred. Hatred can be taken away with kindness and love. Hatred can be taken away with kindness and love. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. ಉತ್ತರ ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಬೀಸುತ್ತಿದೆ, ಬಿರುಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಸುತ್ತಿದೆ.
Yes, friends, that was wonderful. That was wonderful to have John Devaraj. It was a great reflection. Just to add whatever he said, I would like to add one line. Whatever we do for ourselves will perish one day when we die, and whatever we do for others will remain as a legacy. Thank you, John, for reminding us and to be, follow the legacy. Wishing you all the very best for all your future endeavors. May peace be with you, John.
Peace be with you also, my dear brother. I'm so happy that you invited me for this show. This Week India, may take this message of peace everywhere, and this week India will flourish.
That's wonderful. Thank you, friends, for watching this show. Please do subscribe, like, comment and share. This is Kishore Joseph with TV journalist Nishant Agrawal signing off.